All right, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, May 9th. It's like the week after, right, Chrissy? It's the week after the big event in Impact. This kind of starts a new season of growth leading up
Yes.
to our big event that we announced called Inspire. It's such an important call this week afterwards that we invited Captain America to the call. So welcome, Captain America, Christy. I do love that. There's going to be lots of great meaning there. But we have a lot of things we want to go through with you guys, and a lot of it is kind of like we talked a little bit about the mindset leading up to the event, but now it's like,
Yeah.
it's like reshifting. Now we got this thing in front of us, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I've been thinking a lot about maybe because we've been planning this trip, going to Europe for a period of time, and we're going to go watch some tennis tournaments. And of course, in the tennis world, they lead up to the Grand Slams. And we've got World Cup coming up for soccer. We've got all the best teams. They're leading up to the biggest event ever. You got the Olympics that just passed. People are trying to peak at those times. There's kind of like this similar flow that we have, don't we? We want to kind of build our business. We're leading up to great growth. Maybe it's hitting a new impact level. It's a new level of success, a new ripple achievement. So by the time Branson comes around, like we want to kind of see that growth happen. New team members coming to that event in Branson in July 30th. So how do you feel like how do you reset, especially for people that were there live in Dallas? Because they're coming back with so much information overload. How do you get going again? And then same thing with people who weren't in Branson, but maybe watch some of the recap videos or the maybe plugged into some of the Zoom, or maybe they're our international team. What's your recommendation? Like, okay, where's our focus now?
Yeah, a couple really key things. One, and I think all of them are super simple. And the reality is, as a result of that, sometimes people don't do them and then they literally miss the mark. So, I mean, we've got to have a target. We have to have something that we're aiming for because otherwise, you get exactly what you aimed for, and that was nothing. And so there's an intentionality that's really important. We talked about this a long time ago, so I'm going to say it again. You have to have a mindset, um, a combined mindset that you're doing Alevea for a lifetime, but a sense of urgency that it has to happen today. And
Mm.
one without the other doesn't work. Because if you have a mindset that you're doing Alevea for a lifetime, then it's really easy to go, well, I'll get started after Mother's Day. Well, it's almost Inspire. I might as well just wait till Inspire. And then gosh, there's a lot going on this summer. And we just keep putting off, putting off, putting off, putting off. So that's if we only kind of have that mindset, I'm doing Elevate for a lifetime. But if I think, oh gosh, it has to happen today, it has to happen today, it has to happen today. And then if
Mm.
it doesn't, like I beat myself up and discouraged, and I think it's never going to happen. So the combination of those two is so critical.
Mm.
So we've got to pick like what is that long-term goal, and then how do I chunk that down, like athletes do, and like
Mm.
anybody that's doing anything successfully does, into some really tangible action points over shorter periods of time. And so
Mm.
that's why we're training so much on building event to event because that's an awesome window of time because the events run about 90 to 110 days in between each other. And so one of the best things you could have done, and if you haven't done it yet, do it as soon as we get off the Zoom, is register for Inspire. That just locks you in to continuing to build and to move from now until then. And so get your Inspire ticket. Make sure you're registered because you also want to start bringing teams of teams with you. If you're someone that said, I'm a social business partner because I want to build teams of teams, well, building teams of teams means gathering them where the team goes. And so getting your ticket is the way to lead other people there. So that's one of the very first things to do.
Nice. And as you can see on the screen, it's right here. You can access it just very simply. Um, Go into your back office, and you'll see a bunch of green lines. It's your quick links, and there it says right there, Alivea Inspire. You can go right there. You can also just go Inspire dash 2026 dash registration. I think it takes you right there as well. This is tied into my link because I'm logged in. But Yeah, I mean, I think that's the easy first set. It's kind of like making the decision, I'm going to go to the Olympics or I'm going to play the big tournament. Like if you don't make decisions and you're playing the tournament, it's very tough to do all the work in between,
Hmm.
right? So there's this kind of like mindset, okay, I'm going to be there and I'm going to then you can set the little goals that you want to achieve in between the activity leading up to that event.
Well, and
Um,
it's so funny too, Craig, because I mean, it sounds like maybe we're harping on this a little bit, but I just know how people get where they're like, well, I'll get it tomorrow, like, or I'm gonna get it later when we get off. Oh gosh, there's a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna leave. I'll do it when I get back. And and they may have all intention of going, and the likelihood is they're still going to go, but there's something about hitting submit. There's something about winning one victory of because really when we're our own bosses, the biggest challenge is not putting off till tomorrow what you can do today.
mm,
And the more you keep putting those things off, so it's almost like winning a mental challenge of getting yourself to do something that maybe you had on your list and you haven't done yet. And that's huge. And then every conversation you have, whether it's with a team builder or a customer or a brand new person, you can say, I can't wait till this summer. It may be your first event. I'm taking this business so seriously. I'm going to Branson in July. I cannot wait. You should come with me. You just get to include it in where you're going because that's the reality. We want to start speaking about where we're going, not just to Branson, but where we're going and building our business. And it's a great way to practice to do that.
Yeah. And I think it's a great mindset too that you talked about teams of teams. That is the vision of how we grow this. We've been talking about how we have almost like three-legged pillar of growing Alavea. We've got some people that have just become phenomenal as influencer or affiliates. And they're just driving tons of customer volume. That is so great for the customer. It's so great if you've introduced somebody to an affiliate who can just move lots of product. Like that is a massive pillar to our company. And the most important thing is Sam did a great talk about that's what we do. We compensate people to grow customers and to grow sales in the company because the more we do that, the more people are living healthier with Ace Mannon, the more people are living healthier with our full product line. And of course, there's more nourishments being nourished, which is the foundation mission of our company, right? So like there's this beautiful rhythm. So you've got this one pillar. Then you've got this second pillar, which is Alivea Pros. We're seeing more, it's kind of like this hybrid where we can duplicate. Yesterday we had a pro sign up a pro who had been signed up by a pro. So it had been like a pro
Wow.
signed up a pro who signed up a pro. So you're seeing that duplication of building teams, but it also drives lots of customers. And then you've got this third pillar, which is, us, everyday people that can go build teams all around the world. We can have teams in Europe, we can have teams in Japan, we can, you never know where this whole pillar may grow. And when you kind of come together, there's just this energy that can happen where you kind of your belief grows around what we're doing. And to me, it's like a beautiful reset. And I also do, I always like to put out there, I know sometimes there's things that people can't get out of. They have things that they have to, maybe there's a wedding or there's something that they know they can't miss something. And because I've had events that I've had to miss over the years, not many, but some. But when you know the importance of it, you can be building within your team. So as we're building teams and teams, it's part of our thinking every single week. We're talking to people. As new people join your group, whether it's through you directly or if it's in depth, leading between now and then, it's getting our thought process right away that we're bringing this up early.
Yeah.
It's part of our conversation. So even every Saturday, not every Saturday we'll spend as much time as we are today, but every Saturday we're going to touch on it because it should be part of the conversation. We know how important it is.
Yeah, so good. And you started weaving in something that we really focus on at Impact, and we're going to really focus on moving forward, and that's our LOVE acronym in just a little different way than we have before. Yes, love is in the center of everything that we do, and it starts with an A and ends with an A, the first letter of our alphabet, but also the first letter of the Greek alphabet being alpha means beginning. So we begin with love and we begin again with love. And so we talked about an acronym that's also in the Inside Out slides. And love is list, order, vision, event. So list, order, vision, event. And really, if we can all start thinking, what do I do next? I list or I love. I love. So everything, this is how we lead with love. This is how we lead with love. Because you can
Mm,
love people all day long, but if you don't help to change the circumstances they desire to change,
mm,
is that really love? No, it's probably self-protection because you don't either want to get in deep with them or you don't
mm,
want to take the responsibility or you're afraid what they're going to think if you talk to them or whatever, right? So how can I lead with love in Alavea? Well, one, I have to begin with it. So I need to start thinking list, order, vision, event. So what is that for a customer? A list would be once you get to the point where you're talking about product and you're showing them the targeted health stack image and you're asking them, let's talk about your concerns. Like I can talk to you all day long about gut health and cellular health. Please don't do that, but you can. Like please don't talk all day long about it. But we understand the importance of that. But that importance doesn't matter. Just like Dr. Rich said, he always says this like one-liners that I'm like, oh, I am gonna ride that one for like
mm,
till you talk next. But he said, it doesn't matter what I know, right? It doesn't matter like I don't want to tell you what I know. I want to tell you what you think you need to know.
mm,
And so when we approach it that way, then it really should be about their concerns and their concerns, we have a solution tied to their target product. So that is the list for a customer. What are their concerns? What are their concerns? And so that's how you have to see the list, not just as a product, but as their actual concern. That list helps you for a customer make an order. And then that those concerns with that order and what you know become vision for hope for the future. We've got to connect to that vision for them of how we know, because more than likely a customer is coming to you either because they've tried everything else or they want to change something. Something hasn't
mhm,
worked or they're hopeful that this will. And so you've got to keep that hope in front of them and alive as they continue to take product to see the results or wait on their product to arrive. It's critical that we keep speaking that vision. And not only the vision, um, of what it's going to look like when they don't have those concerns anymore, but even stretching that vision to how much better is it going to be when you can do X, Y, and Z with your grandkids, or even as a result of what's happening for you, your husband gets on board, or I know you're really concerned about, so that's huge. But then an event for a customer, and then I'm going to toss it back to you, Craig, but then an event for a customer is moving them through that tracker that's on the business app. It's helping,
mm,
and I mean, that's just a visual for you. It's helping them see what's next. I love saying a lot, here's what we're going to do next, or here's what's next. If every single time you talk to somebody, I'm thinking, Craig, of the other business tracker, not the
oh,
Brazil one, but yeah.
okay, I know which. Yeah.
Um, but here's what's next, or here's what we do next. You're helping them understand the next step. So for a new person getting started on product, I shared this at Impact. One of the things you might want to do is hop on a Q&A. Now, a brand new customer probably won't hop on there for an hour, but you can still ask their question. Yep, that tracker right there. And so you're exposing them to more of the community and heart of Alavea. But you could ask a question they have on the Q&A, and when Sam and Steve answer it, you could send them the replay back and say, I asked your question at the 12-minute, 30-second mark. Listen to Sam and Steve answer it. That's an event. That's an exposure. That's a like, whoa, that's cool. And then you can keep inviting them to more. So that's how we love a customer, but we do it all over again every single time we talk to them. We got to think again. What are their concerns? What did they order and what do I need to follow up on?
Mm,
What vision do I need to remind them of? And what can I invite them to next? How can they see more that will continue to encourage them? Maybe the more is a testimony I'm going to send them, you know, but I want to continue to keep something in front of them that invites them to that next step.
mm. Well, and not only is that so valuable, and I see Marlene talking about like actually having lunch with the customer, continue building the relationship, inviting them to Inspire, which I think is cool. But the company announced something kind of quietly over the weekend. I'll just show you. I'll take a quick pause here, and I'm going to show everybody this. But when you talk about ordering, part of it is to understand how the technology works to help your customer place those orders. And of course, putting them on FlexShip because there's huge benefits to
Mhm.
FlexShip. Well, one of the things the company has done, let me kind of go back to here. So when you go to, so the company's launched a new way to maintain your FlexShip. So currently the back office, our FlexShip, took a little bit to get used to, and could be challenging, kind of making some of the changes, or people would have questions. So the company's totally shifting it to make it so easy that a customer, anyone, they don't even have to log into a back office. All they have to do is go to alivea.com. They're going to click, usually when you come to elevate.com, it says sign in. When you click sign in, you're going to put your email and your password. And then under here, you can you can go to your back office. Or if you click on account, this is all new and this is super cool. You can quickly see all of your orders. So this is your FlexShip. So here's your dashboard. You can see how many product credits, how many customers you have, what your Ripple is. This is your personal Ripple. You can look at your FlexShip. So if you want to update your FlexShip, I can just click here. If I want to create a new one, I can create a new one. If I want to edit, it's really simple. It just doesn't get much easier than this. If I need to change my run date, if I want to add additional products, if I want to X something out or add something in, it's just in Save FlexShip. It's that easy. So this is
So
extremely
awesome.
exciting to see. You can see all of your customers here. Go to the dashboard, and that's directly under. Again, if you go to, and so you can start. This is again one of those things to be able to reconnect with your customers, right?
Yeah.
Say, maybe you have a customer who uh, really loves a lot of the immune. Well, hey, we're launching it to a new container. It's going to be out hopefully in a month or so. Um, Starts the conversation. We have a new electrolyte product coming out. You can start the conversation, but then say, oh, I want to show you how you can change your FlexShip. So it's just that much easier.
Craig, that's so good because I was thinking that as you're saying it. And also the fact that they can change their target product in their targeted health stack
Mm.
without having to call our awesome customer service women. Like those ladies are phenomenal. But I'm sure they're going to like it when you can talk about other things with them than changing your target product. But, um, but I love when you said teaching them how to do it. I want to challenge some people. There are some people that you have ordered for years. Like you just place their order, you do it all for them. But that's giving a man a fish, not teaching them how to fish. Now, I'm not telling you don't do that. Because there's some people that they won't order otherwise. But there are some people, like Craig said, that you can sit down and start teaching them how to do that, especially now that it's simple. Now that it's simple, when they know how to do it, they also know how they can get something for someone else as well too. So I love that. Really, really good.
Hmm. Well, let's touch on the actual incentive for, because we have some people that weren't able to do the recap, some people that weren't at the event. And for people that have been, I think it's a great reminder to say, okay, so we've got this big event coming in front of us. We've got all these things that are going to be launched over the next 90 days. We got lots of excitement building up. But we also have this incentive. And I think for me, one of the coolest part of the events, at the very beginning of the call, we asked people what they liked most about the event. And, there's a wide range from Nancy Ray's dill pickleballs to people playing pickleball to Dr. Reg to the financial talk that we did that day, the 20K luncheon, the leadership talks. There's so many different areas of great success of that. But for me, one of the things was I loved hearing from those incentive winners. I feel
Mhm.
like their energy was amazing there. So many of them were new, but I loved like some people were brand new, connected with some people who have had great success for a long time, and there was just this great synergy between them. I loved that picture of Sam and I wonder if I even have that here, but I love that picture of Sam and the oh, I do have it. Let me actually show that because I think that's so great. Um, this is the winners of the previous incentive. Here you go. Isn't that picture just so fantastic? I think that's
So I love it.
so much fun. So great to see everybody having a great time. Ann and I talked to Linda Castor, and Linda talked about how much she loved that dinner. So, like, even for Sam and Linda, I know that was super special. So, let's talk a little bit about this incentive because this one's quite unique, and I don't know if people are realizing there's something pretty special with this house that you earn.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. I love, actually, Joe Bush started the first half of this tagline when he said, bring your team home to Branson. And then we added and leave inspired because that's what you're going to get is the top five earners in three different houses that they also get to fill with their team that's coming to Branson. And so those houses are absolutely, if you can even pull one up if you want, Craig, if you scroll down on the incentive right there, you'll see, oh, actually it's a little bit higher, sorry, because I'm used to looking at it on my phone, a hyperlink to the different houses right there. Um, and those are the houses. Look at that house, pool table, some golf, a hot tub, and we've allowed a whole bunch of time around the Branson event. The way that Dave and Kelly and Marlene and Ron, like the whole event, there'll be time where people have with their teams at this house, at whatever house they earn. And so I love that it's an awesome reward for the earners, but it's also a way for the earners to grow their teams and the teams of their teams by removing one of the obstacles, and that's expense of a house, but then having or a place to stay and having an incredible time together. So three houses, five earners. First place gets this whole house that Craig just scrolled through.
Pickleball.
Yeah, to themselves and to their team. There's 18 beds, up to 18 plus people that can stay in that house. Second place earner gets this house. I believe it's 14 plus in this house.
And
We
it's
won't decorate it
decorated
for
like
Christmas.
it's decorated Christmas year round. So for those that love that,
Yeah,
that's
so 14 plus people in this house. And then the third house will have the third, fourth, and fifth place earners in it. But that house is so big that the third place earner will get three rooms with king beds. And then the fourth and fifth place earners will get two rooms with king beds. Plus, there's some additional rooms that they'll split amongst themselves. So just incredible opportunity to hang with your team, to remove one of the obstacles that usually prevents people from getting there, and that's paying for a place, and just to build memories for a lifetime. So earners check in there on Thursday. They'll have a dinner on Thursday night with their with Sam and Linda again. So they'll have that special opportunity like this last incentive earner group did. And then I'm sure they'll stay up even longer Thursday night before the event starts on Friday. They'll have Friday night with their team. They'll have Saturday evening with their team before they check out on Sunday morning. So um, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And think about because we're ending this incentive, guys. We're literally in week 8 already. So there's 2 months left, 8 weeks, like four four cycles. I mean, multiple more cycles than that of 4 week rank advancement opportunities. But we're ending it on July 3rd because we want to give each of the earners time to work with their 80K and above to fill the house because maybe you don't have 18 people coming with you to inspire, but then there's plenty of time to have those invitations to invite people. But I'm picturing what if whole teams start rallying around this concept? Like, I know you're going to earn a house. Let's go together. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I know people are really excited about there's right now, the top earner, Craig, is Dana Smith. She actually got Dave Osborne's book at Impact. She was there with Cassie. Well, now watch. Success leaves clues. And she knew how powerful the incentive was because Cassie, her sponsor, and her teammate Liv both earned the last incentive. So Dana's in first place right now.
Wow.
Hadasha, second place, also on Liv's team. But lots of incredible names that many of us recognize and that are on this list. Some international names on this global list as well too. So we're just getting started, but it's important that you know 8 weeks is going to go by quickly if you're not intentional.
Well, I love all of that, and I love the fact that you're already seeing that kind of activity and growth. And we'll track that tracker every week. You know, we always say it every week. What we measure matters, so we're going to measure that every week, like we measure our ripple, like we measure our growth to our next impact level. I like what Mark just wrote here. Susan said, "I cannot be on the call this morning. Let them know that." I love that. Somebody can't be on the call, but they're sending Mark a message saying, "Hey, let them know." Let them know that I love them and all. I am so happy to be part of this team. Remember, if you talk to 20 people a day, you can't help but be successful. Oh, 4 days into using product, energy soared down 4 pounds, Dan's down 10 pounds. Bloating is real, but we could use core and feeling so much better. That is so awesome. Susan's change started with impact. That is incredible. I love that. You know, that for me, I know my vision started at an event in this space. Like this is where it was like, whoa, like is this possible? Like this can actually happen. And you know, I'm also wondering, you know, we told people jokingly at the event, these houses also come with Joe Bush and I. We're going to sleep on one of the couches each night. So you're going to get the two of us. When I saw that basketball game, I may actually have to sneak into those houses. I may have to like con my way in there with you guys. But no, in all truth, though, I think it's going to be so much fun. Like I could imagine, you know, like some of the talks after the meeting, some of the energy of the meeting, some of the because it's all in the same community, right? So
hmm
I
hmm
think just the energy there is going to be incredible. We may have to do, isn't there like TV shows where they film inside of
Reality.
the house?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like we might have to get Will to go into each of the house and do some fun video. So
I'm
be
also
prepared.
thinking we have to load those houses with Revive and Focus because I'm believing that there are going to be some very late nights and we want to keep them awake during Inspire. So
Yeah. Have we put any concern about people like I know Mindy's on here. I'm a little nervous. Mindy will probably win one of these houses and that house could be a lot of fun. Joe Bush. So we have some people who would
some
would make
rowdy
these
houses.
houses a whole lot of fun. But I think some of the best experiences I've ever had at events weren't just what happened on stage. It was in these like either hotel rooms or houses that we had rented. And it was the meetings after the meetings. And, you know, it's where like some of the inspiration from stage came to reality where it's like you started planning it out and you left there with a real game plan. So I'm extremely excited. I love how you said some people may win this who are brand new, don't have that many people on their team to fill out, but to be able to bring some of their upline team, to be able to bring crossline team, to be able to bring a couple of their own team, set a goal to bring in new people. What a great synergy. This is one of the coolest incentives I've seen. I've never seen this before. So I think this
You
is
know,
extremely cool.
I was just thinking all the different, I mean, it's just pending your personality style and who you're talking to and all the different fun ways we can do this. But what if like you either had it on your phone or maybe took some screenshots of the pictures of the houses and as you're even talking to really good friends that maybe don't know you do, I mean, it's thinking about all the brand new people. Like there's so many friends you haven't even talked to yet. And you just show them a picture of the house. And you just say July 30th through August 1st, mark your calendar, you're coming with me. And you
So
know, they're thinking, oh, you're going on vacation, you're taking me with me, blah, blah, blah. Even better, actually. We're gonna have so much fun and we're gonna learn how to impact people, change our lives, and change the world. You gotta come. I mean, that's
powerful.
it's gonna be a pretty exciting invitation.
Super, super powerful. Well, let's go into leading this week and we'll kind of wrap up with your thoughts on this. I want to show two quick things. One is, of course, for those that maybe are new. Let me see if I can show this really quickly. because we have this is often, we'll show this kind of little checklist of getting started. If you are brand new, you can take a quick picture of this, but this helps you make sure that the things that you want to set up, you want to set up your kind of first defined goals. We want to make sure you know how to set up the communication. So if you haven't set up the Alivea text yet, so if you're not getting our text messages, text Alivea Hope to 828-888-9026. It's free, sets you up. We have these weekly calls. Monday night, you're going to hear from, we have, what is it? The first and third Wednesdays are our love call. Every Monday night's a different call, but this Monday is it our Q&A call this Monday?
Yes.
The dates. Yeah, the second Monday of the month. So that's a fan favorite. People love being able to tune in. And then, of course, every Saturday we do this. So these are kind of like your rocks in your calendar that can keep you focused, keep you going. You learn new connections. And of course, then we lead up to our next event here. And then let's see, I wanted to show one other thing. We are going to do a special call this week, and that is a follow-up on the pros conversation. So we open this up to everybody, Christy and Dallas, so they can learn more about if you have coaches or trainers or healthcare professionals. We're going to do this at a unique time. It's going to be Thursday, May 14th. And that's going to be at 4 p.m. Central Time. So it's kind of a day event because a lot of times coaches
Hmm.
have some time during the day before the evening coaching sessions open up or midday. And a lot of coaches may not be able to make it. So it's being held where we're going to record it and post it in the app. But if you can make it, you can take a screen capture of this now. And then also, if you do not know this, there's also a pros free text. So you can text Alivea Pros to 828-888-9026. So go ahead and screen capture those. And by the way, here's all the different Instagram and Facebook links. So there's Instagram at Alivea Pros, Facebook Alivea Pros, YouTube at Alivea Pros, and then of course the main company social media sites, which is Facebook and Instagram. So we're a lot of exciting things going around that. So we're going to be doing more and more training around building that pillar of Alivea as well. So, but what
Well,
would you recommend leaving today's call, leading this week, the incentives on, the events coming? What are some of the things you'd finish or recommend for people to focus on this week?
well, one is print off the tracker for Branson and the business tracker in the app. Those two things that you brought up, the business tracker being, and those are all in those quick links. You can also find it under your business tab in your app. And then take those specifically and don't just print them off, actually start writing names on there because that's your help list. And so if you write a bunch of people's names down and then don't do anything with it, like it actually should weigh a little bit on you that I said I could help this person and I haven't done anything about it yet, you know? And so when you look at that Branson tracker, you're going to see the intentionality of the focus points from now till Branson. And when you attach some names to it, then you can get into some very specific action. But once we get off the Zoom, do the next best thing that you haven't done yet. Like if you haven't registered for Branson for Inspire, do that. Do that. That's actually the next best thing you can do. If you haven't printed off the trackers, do that. If you haven't made a new list of people that you can help, do that. And then make a call, reach out to a friend, start the conversation because it's a conversation. That's what love is. It's a conversation over time. It's not a fire hose all at once. It's a continuing to show up and love on people exactly where they are. I want to give one tip for people that are wanting to like have a conversation with a pro because I was thinking about this so much when you're talking about it just now. I would say a great way to talk to a pro that's either a coach. Most coaches are former athletes. I mean, like it's very rare that that's not the case. And I would just say, hey, as an athlete, as someone that used to be on teams or used to compete and train, have you found your new team yet? Or what does team look like for you now? I can imagine that's a pretty big change in life when you're no longer on a team. Do you have one? And
Mm.
start that conversation because it's a great way to invite them to see the team that you're on and the team that they can build with people that they love hanging out with as well too.
That's really powerful. Well, and by the way, next Saturday, because this week we've got the Q&A call on Monday night. There's no love call this week. Um, Thursday we're gonna do that special pros call, so we'll be sending out messaging promoting that call, and then of course Saturday we're gonna be back, and so we're gonna continue this. But next Saturday we're gonna do something. A portion of it we're gonna spend a little bit of time on this app because there's a couple things that I think it was somebody relatively new got up there and talked about saying didn't know if people realize the power of this app. And
Hmm.
so we're going to go through a little bit of the training on this app and how you can set up your QR code. We're going to show you how you can set up a saved a cart, and we're going to launch a bunch of new printable assets that you can print with your own custom QR code. That's all going to be live next week. So we're going to show everybody all of that next week. So that's going to be continued tools and success on how to help you share this professionally, effectively, and whatnot.
So
So
good.
that was a great start to our new session here, our new season as we lead towards this. It's so much fun hanging out with everybody on Saturdays. Chrissy, you get to spend the rest of the Mother's Day weekend with the boys. What are you guys excited about this weekend?
They're going to get some haircuts and then take me out to lunch. So that'll be sweet. And then I get to
Oh,
fly tomorrow afternoon to my mom to spend dinner with her for Mother's
oh
Day.
my
So
goodness.
yeah,
What a
it's
great weekend.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
What do you guys have
beautiful.
planned?
We are, I have no idea. I don't get it. I don't make those decisions. So I will find out when I get off this call. But we wish everybody a beautiful weekend. Let's have an amazing Alavea week. Let's just introduce us to people we haven't even talked to yet. Let's open up the floodgates, continue to build this momentum as we lead towards Branson. And can't wait to see everybody Monday night, Thursday night, and Saturday. So we got a busy week ahead of us. All right. Bye, everyone.
Guys.
Bye.